Adventure Time's most disturbing stories don't involve monsters. They involve people who've been broken by the world and the systems around them. This is Princess Cookie. It's Adventure Time's darkest political episode, and its commentary doesn't just stop there. It all starts off as a joke. A hostage situation in a candy shop. Finn and Jake, weapons drawn, standing off against a cookie with a baseball bat and very high demands.
Don't play games with me, princess. I want that crown. No crown, no hostages.
It's absurd. It's Adventure Time. You're not supposed to take it completely seriously, but Princess Bubblegum's face says she knows more about the situation than the others around her. She's not amused. She's pretty worried. Like this cookie isn't just another unstable citizen, but a real threat. Not to her life, but to her legacy. It's why she uses war tactics in a children's kingdom to respond to a delusional and traumatized citizen. Jake gets assigned to go undercover as a milkman. They slap a mustache on him and tell him to do the thing. Distract the cookie, disarm him, and end it cleanly. And that's when something weird happens. Jake doesn't see a villain. He sees a broken kid. Because this cookie isn't shouting demands. He's not ranting about power or vengeance or ruling the world. He's been hurt.
I was just a kid, man. Just a little kid when I got dutied on.
That line stops everything. The pacing, the tone, the illusion that this is just a wacky little side mission. But at this point, it becomes something entirely different. It's not some cookie holding hostages for no reason. It's now a therapy session. And the story that unfolds is brutal in its simplicity. Baby Snaps remembers growing up in the candy orphanage. It wasn't a fun place. The walls were cracked. The kids were quiet. No one was playing. No one was laughing.
They were always too depressed to play.
You can tell it stuck with him. Even now, years later, he still remembers how heavy it felt in that room. How everyone had already kind of given up. But Baby Snaps tried to stay positive. He danced, he told jokes. He wanted to be the one that lifted others' spirits, because in a place like that, someone has to. Then, one day, everything changed. Princess Bubblegum came to visit.
Everything was better with her around, and something inside me changed that day too.
She came to hand out candy, to cheer them up. But to Baby Snaps, it was something bigger, something divine. She was royalty. Everything he wanted to be. So he told her,
I want to be a princess like you.
A male cookie wants to be a princess. Of course Adventure Time would go there. And PB laughed, which to Baby Snaps felt like she told him he could be something else. Something appropriate, but not a princess. Never a princess.
And she laughed in my face, man. It really messed me up.
It seems like a throwaway moment. A kid's fantasy is denied without understanding the real world. But to Baby Snaps, it was the day the world told him you're not allowed to dream that way. And this is where the episode reveals its teeth, because Princess Cookie isn't just about criticizing gender roles, it's about institutional gatekeeping. It's about how titles and roles in the Candy Kingdom, and by extension society, are handed out by those in power, often without questioning who gets left behind. The Candy Kingdom is a monarchy. PB decides who gets to be a princess. She doles out authority based on her values, not the merit or desires of her citizens. And that's where the world of candy and crowns stops being cute and starts becoming a system of exclusion. Baby Snaps never asked for riches or to be the ruler of the Candy Kingdom. He just wanted to be like her, to make children happy, because life is already pretty hard for an orphan.
I wanted to be a princess like her, so I could make all the children happy.
And PB's system tells him, no, not you. You're not allowed to have any dreams. Jake, still undercover, listens to all of this. He doesn't try to fight. He doesn't crack jokes. He listens.
Holy schmow, man. That's terrible. That's really terrible. Listen,
And Baby Snaps opens up some more. He's not evil. He's hurt.
She lied to me.
And this whole hostage situation, it's not even about revenge. It's about making people pay attention. Because when a system ignores you long enough, the only thing left is disruption. And Adventure Time is symbolizing that perfectly. It's true for a lot of people in the real world, too. Most of us, at some point, have been told that we're too much of something. Too emotional, too sensitive, too different. Or worse, that we're not enough of something. Not smart enough, not strong enough, not enough of what people expected us to be. Psychologists call this chronic invalidation, the slow erosion of self-worth when your thoughts, feelings, or dreams are consistently dismissed. Over time, it wears people down. According to experts, this kind of long-term rejection is closely tied to insecurity, avoidance, and even something more we're about to witness Princess Cookie portray. After the system failed Baby Snaps, Jake is finally the first one to show understanding and treat Baby Snaps like a person with valid thoughts and feelings, like an equal. That's when Jake gives him something more than just understanding. He gives him hope.
You can start a new kingdom where everyone can be whatever they want to be. You can be the princess.
And you can see something shift in Baby Snaps. He sees the old life he imagined for himself again. The validation that he's been missing all the time has just been handed to him. But then, the real world catches up. Princess Bubblegum isn't interested in redemption arcs. She wants her infiltrant back and the problem neutralized. And when Jake tries reasoning with her, saying maybe they don't need to fight, that Baby Snaps just wants to leave and not come back again, PB shuts it down immediately.
No, that Cookie is a menace. Once the hostages are safe, Cookie goes in my dungeon.
No questions, no dialogue, just dismissal. And with that, the system snaps right back into place. No one is allowed to question or challenge authority in PB's system. PB doesn't see Baby Snaps as a citizen. She sees a threat, something to contain, something to erase. And that's the moment Jake makes his choice. If he can't get PB to give him a real horse,
Man, that horse ain't no good. That's a trap horse.
he'll become one himself. So they escape and charge through the cotton candy forest, a symbol of sweetness and innocence, and tear through it like fugitives. That's when Finn appears, in the shadow of Jake's back, lit by moonlight, like the conscience of the show, asking Jake what the hell he's doing. And Jake's reply is even more beautiful.
And Princess Cookie's a good guy. He just got dealt a bad hand. He's only trying to be what following how his dreams make you want to be, man.
But Finn isn't with him. So Jake flings him off and runs. It's quiet, powerful, and the first time we've seen Jake defy the mission, not for fun, but for morality. Because at this point, Jake knows the truth. He's not rescuing a criminal from the law. He's rescuing someone the system abandoned. Someone who was told that dreaming the wrong dream made him dangerous. And in that moment, that beautiful, fleeting moment, Jake doesn't see a cookie, he sees a princess. There's one last obstacle between them and freedom, the Candy Gorge.
Hold on tight, Cookie. I'm gonna jump the gorge.
But Princess Cookie suddenly changes his mind.
No, Jake. Stop the horse.
Jake doesn't listen just yet, so Cookie tells him again.
I'm done for, Jake.
They're standing right on the edge of the gorge. The banana guards are closing in behind them. There's nowhere else to run. And that's when it happens. After everything, Princess Cookie thanks Jake.
Thank you for your help, but it's too late for me.
His voice shakes. He looks at the drop, the guards, the future he almost had, and he drops the most heartbreaking line of the episode.
At least for a moment, you helped me feel like a princess. It was wonderful. Thank you, Jake.
And jumps, not into freedom, into the gorge. It's not cinematic, it's not heroic, it's just quiet, sudden, devastating. The next thing we see is surreal. At the bottom of the gorge, shattered cookie pieces lie scattered like debris from a broken dream. And among them, Baby Snaps, still alive, barely, but now as broken physically as he was mentally.
I gloved up.
He shouts it through a crumbling mouth, his voice full of pain and shame. A banana guard takes pictures, like this is a routine cleanup. No tragedy, just documentation. And then we cut again, to the Candy Kingdom Mental Hospital. Princess Cookie sits at a table playing chess with a candy person. His body is repaired, his smile is soft. But he's not free. He's somewhere between recovery and exile. A padded kingdom built for those the real one couldn't hold. Jake enters with a delivery.
Special delivery from the Grass Kingdom.
It's a crown. A real one. Not a tiara made of dreams, not a paper cutout. A gift from one kingdom to another. Princess Cookie takes it and places it on his head. And for a moment, maybe the first real moment, he becomes what he always wanted to be. Not because PB finally accepted him, not even because the Candy Kingdom changed in any significant way, but because someone else believed in his right to dream. And when he lifts that crown, the others around him, the patients in the hospital, begin to bow. Not out of fear, not because of the rules, but because somehow they see him. And that's where the episode ends. No throne, no real victory, but for Princess Cookie, a crown, a moment of dignity. And maybe that's all he ever really wanted. There's a reason this episode feels heavier than most, because it doesn't end with a monster defeated or a kingdom saved. It ends with a cookie in a mental hospital, placing a crown on his own head. And when you look closely, this episode isn't just about Princess Cookie. It's about every person who's ever been denied the right to choose who they are. So let's talk a little bit more about the symbolism here. Take Jake, for example. Princess Bubblegum sends him into the hostage situation wearing a disguise. But not just any disguise, she makes him dress as a milkman.
Nah, you don't look like a mailman. You look like a milkman. Let's get you a proper milkman outfit.
It's played for laughs, until you realize that something deeper is going on. Jake told her he wants to be a mailman.
I was thinking I could dress up like a mailman.
A mailman is someone who delivers communication, carries truth, and passes messages between people. It fits perfectly with Jake's role in this episode. He listens to Princess Cookie, understands him, and becomes the bridge between his inner world and the outside world. But PB brushes it off. She decides for him, because her authority, her titles, her expectations, they override his agency. And she decides that he's a milkman instead, which holds some symbolic meaning again. A milkman delivers something expected, something routine, something nurturing but controlled. Milk is symbolic of domesticity, childhood, and dependence. It's what you're given when you can't yet choose for yourself, just like our traumatized patient is perceived to be unable to. Besides that, the whole disguises situation mirrors exactly what PB did to Baby Snaps. PB doesn't ask who people want to be. She tells them. Jake doesn't get to deliver mail. Baby Snaps doesn't get to be a princess. The system works as long as you obey, not as long as you're seen. And yet, Jake is the one who connects with Princess Cookie. Not by enforcing rules, not by lecturing or restraining him, but by going against the system and truly showing understanding. He listens, he empathizes.
Where everyone can be whatever they want to be. I can be the mailman, and you can be the princess.
And through that, he builds something the system never could: trust. Because healing doesn't begin with medication or detention or containment. It begins with being seen. And the tragedy here is that the Candy Kingdom sees neither of them. Not Jake, who's dismissed as in too deep. Not Princess Cookie, who's institutionalized with a paper crown instead of justice. This isn't just an allegory for broken monarchy. It's a brutal metaphor for how society often treats mental illness and identity. We don't solve the problem. We label it. We isolate it. We hide it behind soft voices, padded walls, and diagnoses that reduce people to conditions instead of individuals. The system looks at someone hurting and asks, how do we stop them from disrupting things? Instead of, how did we fail them? And if that feels like an exaggeration, just look at the real world. Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, was shot and killed in Manhattan in December of 2024. The suspect, Luigi Mangione, allegedly left shell casings inscribed with the words, delay, deny, and depose, a chilling reference to the insurance industry's practices of delaying and denying claims. This act wasn't just a personal vendetta, it was a manifestation of deep-seated frustration with a system perceived as valuing profit over people. While violence is never justified, some incidents underscore the consequences when individuals feel unheard and marginalized by institutions. Just like Princess Cookie, who felt compelled to take drastic measures to assert his identity, real people can be driven to extreme actions when consistently denied recognition and the support they desperately need. this episode doesn't shy away from that reality. It hides it in sugar, joke,
Amazon juice box, Amazon juice!
and candy soldiers, but the message is clear. When systems are built to maintain control, not to foster understanding, people will always fall through the cracks. Sometimes they fall quietly. Sometimes they fall screaming. And sometimes, like Princess Cookie, they fall off the edge of a gorge, hoping the world will finally take them seriously. Now, if you think this kingdom is broken by its hierarchy, wait till you see what happens when capitalism gets involved. Watch our video on when Adventure Time corporatized adventures next, and discover why it's even worse. And if you notice the difference in audio quality, good on you, you got good ears. I'm traveling right now, so I have a travel mic, but I still gotta put these out, so I'll see you in this video and the next one. Alright, bye y'all.